It was an oppressive world, an abusive world. I had abused drugs and I'd found myself in abusive relationships.
A drug addict, someone that was getting into trouble all the time. I was very angry. I was in and out of incarceration.
I kind of bounced back and forth between crack and meth until I was 18, and then I ended up pregnant.
Well, to be honest with you, I've been a drug addict for about 20 years of my life.
I feel really, really mad and kind of really sad when my mom was in jail.
Not everybody has a perfect background. Not everybody has had perfect parenting, but they all have potential. Every single woman that comes through our doors has potential.
What they did was guide me and introduce a whole different world that I was completely unaware of.
I thought that I was gonna die a drug addict, and once I got pregnant and had this place available to me, it just totally changed my outlook on life,
Transitions is the umbrella organization that oversees 4 separate programs. One is the Transitional Living Center, which is a residential program for women with children. Miriam's House is a residential program for women without children. The Women's Hearth is a drop-in center in the downtown core area. Educare is a daycare facility for the women who live at Transitional Living Center.
When I first got here, I was very, very afraid that I was going to fail. Being out of prison, having meth charges, being a lifelong addict, I was just really afraid that something was going to happen and then I was going to want to run right back and start using again. But being here, the people, the staff here, they just always encourage you and they always assure you that you're okay, and I am okay here.
It's a group setting, everybody that's in recovery, and you talk about your recovery. You do little exercises on recovery or on other types of drugs and alcohol, and learn the tools that you need to better yourself for when you leave Miriam's house.
I've gained so much self-confidence being here, knowing that I don't have to depend on somebody else and that I can make a life for myself.
To transcend from who I was to who I am now gives me a whole new perspective on what life is.
What fills the space that I used to fill with drugs and alcohol would be my sobriety.
Our kids are in a very safe environment too with the Educare, and because a lot of the kids are really angry at first because there's been that separation, and they help us come back together and learn that the parents are going to be trustworthy again, and the kids they get to express themselves in Educare and stuff too, and we just get to work together, to rebuild and rebond.
After she came here, she's always had time for me. She's always spent time with me, and she's always been bonding with me. It makes me really happy, happier than I was.
I think what's moved me personally at Transitions is how the staff accept each woman that comes through the door for who they are, not trying to change who they are fundamentally, but just accepting them as a child of God.
What keeps me clean and sober is just knowing that I can have a good future ahead of me, and I would never want my daughter to feel the way I did growing up as a child. I would never wish that upon anybody, and I want to be the best mother I can to her, and I want to use the parenting skills that I've learned here, and I just want a normal life.